What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Your Cousins Are Critics, and this is episode 7. And it's been a minute, hasn't
It's
it?
been a long time.
I think the last one was just like a few weeks ago, but it feels like it's been longer.
Feels like it's been
than
a couple months or something. For
Yeah, the last one was Hereditary,
Me. Uh-huh.
and yeah, that was. Uh, but I'm pretty sure that was just like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, the work schedule has been
Yeah.
very naughty.
I don't know how to get rid of. Okay.
There it goes.
Okay. There was like the square on the screen. I was trying to get it off.
Evil
there.
square.
So, all right. So today we are talking about the 1987 Coen Brothers film, and that is Raising Arizona.
Clap your hands, people.
Yeah. Starring, of course, Nicolas Cage, Holly Hunter, John Goodman, and Frances McDormand. And some other people, but I don't know who they are really. Those are the only ones I know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely a shift of a change of gears
Yeah,
from Hereditary to
Right,
Raising
right.
Arizona,
I mean that's
which is nice.
that's how
good.
that's
roll.
how we want to do it. Yeah, we'll do something different afterwards. Maybe was it People Under the Stairs or
That's
Naked,
a good
or
yeah,
Naked
yeah, yeah.
Lunch or one of those.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's a
Yeah.
toss up. We'll think about it.
Since this is one I chose, so I'll have you choose the next
Okay.
one. But
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, so this is our first Coen Brothers movie on the
Mhm.
channel. I mean, if you know my channel, you know I like the Coen Brothers. I've done a ranking. I've ranked every movie of theirs, and not counting Joe Cohen's. What was it? The tragedy. I can't say tragedy.
Tragedy.
Of Macbeth. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was his last one. That was without Ethan. It was just him.
Solo brother.
Yeah,
How
I
about
think I heard that Ethan might be retiring. Maybe
Huh.
that's what I thought I heard that. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So yeah, this, believe it or not, is actually the Coen Brothers' second film.
What was their first one?
Blood Simple.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Blood Simple, and I tell you, it's a completely different movie. Than
Really?
this. Completely. It's mostly a drama.
Oh, okay.
It's like a crime drama.
It's like played pretty straight.
Yeah,
Not a lot of.
there's a little bit of humor, but not
Yeah.
much. And it actually kind of reminds me a little bit like Twin Peaks. Actually, it's a little David Lynch kind of ish, sort of.
Yeah, okay.
Not as dark, but a little bit. And it reminds me like that, like Twin Peaks or Blue Velvet.
Interesting.
You might would like it. I don't know. It's a good movie. It's not one of my favorites, but it's pretty good. But this one I like hands down better. And it's
amazing.
actually my second favorite Coen Brothers film after The Big Lebowski, which I have showed you that long time ago, and I remember you said that you forgot it. You don't
I
remember.
forgot most of the happenings in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the kind of energy in it, like the sense of humor, but not a lot
Right.
of the specifics.
Yeah. And you've seen Fargo, right?
I love Fargo.
Yeah. I'm honestly not a huge fan of that film. I kind of think that's maybe their most overrated movie. Hot take, I know. I
But
like it.
Well, I'm gonna prove your point because
I like it, but
It's-
I don't love
between
it.
those three, it's my favorite. I'll be honest.
mean-
I'm a Fargo head.
Okay.
I'm a Fargo head. It's nostalgic for me as well.
There's a scene in that movie that ruins it for me. It's whenever Steve Buscemi, whenever he shoots that old dude, and he's like, and then he shoots him back in the face. But the old guy, his acting was god awful in that scene.
See, I
probably
don't remember that. It's been a long time.
He
since I watched
shoots
that.
him in the fucking stomach, and the old guy. This is the old guy's reaction. He goes,
I do remember that. I do remember that. I think I must have just thought it was funny.
It was, yeah.
That might have been what got me.
It was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. It's hilariously bad, but it's really bad, and it honestly ruins the movie for me. Like it would be a 9 out of 10 movie, but it's only a 7 out of 10. But
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
but anyway, what other Coen Brothers movies have you seen that you know of?
I don't know.
That's it. That's all.
I mean, that I know of in my big brain.
Yeah.
What other movies did they do?
Shitload. uh, No Country for Old Men.
I've seen parts of it.
Okay.
I haven't seen too much.
Probably haven't. Barton Fink.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Motherfucker, I forgot to charge this. I said I was gonna do that. But so I'm gonna pause it. I'll be right back.
What about
All right. So
We Didn't Die? Or,
okay. So let's see. Yeah, Barton Fink.
Yeah.
Barton Fink was good. There's Miller's Crossing, which is okay, at least in my opinion. I think people will be like, "What?" But oh wait, you've seen Oh Brother Art Thou
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Don't know how I feel
I
about
thought
it.
you liked that one.
I think it's a good movie, but it's just I don't know. It's just not. It's not my world,
There's
dude.
one you might would like.
It's
It's
not my world.
Inside Llewyn Davis. It's one of their later
Is it
ones.
being John Malkovich?
No, no, no. It's Oscar Isaac. You ever heard of him?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, the actor. Yeah, he plays this folk musician in the '60s,
Oh.
and it's pretty good. John Goodman, of course, is in it again.
Beauty,
And,
love it.
even Justin Timberlake is in it as
Really?
well. Yeah,
Timberlake.
and
That's dope.
yeah, it's a good movie. I reviewed it. Check it out.
Mm.
And I don't know. There were some others. My least favorite was Hell Caesar, and that one was. Ugh.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I've heard.
that was my least favorite. I really did not like that movie because there were like so many good and talented actors in that film, and none of their performances stood out.
Really just not. Do you think they just didn't allow the actors to do their thing, or do you think the story was just bad?
The story was boring as hell, but like I don't know. I mean, it would be better though if there was some performances that. I mean, I'm not going to say that they were terrible, but like it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I hear that.
Best one was probably what's his name, Josh Brolin, but even he wasn't like the best in it, like he was in No Country for Old Men. But yeah, anyway, um, yeah, and a bunch of others too that you've probably never seen. Burn After Reading.
Dude, yeah, I
Yeah.
It's crazy how many movies they got that I don't know.
Yeah, they got a lot, like almost 20 at least. But anyway, so
Also Coen Brothers.
I guess we should probably start talking about this movie.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and jump. I don't know. Should we talk about what's about first, or should we?
Hell yeah.
Or you want to say your opinions first?
I'll jump into the synopsis.
Okay. Do you want to do it? Or you want me to?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
I do it.
I'll do it.
I always do it.
Yeah.
It seems like.
I like the hobby. Nicolas Cage stars as our main character, Hi or Hi or Herbert.
Yes.
Those are his names. And he is just one of those guys. Crime is in his blood, but he's not like a violent criminal. He does armed robbery without any live bullets in his guns. So he's a
Really?
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Until later on in the movie, yeah. He never. So he uses guns just as an intimidation, and he's just kind of addicted to crime. Like that's just like something in his nature.
Yeah.
And through the first, there's like an opening montage basically.
Yeah.
Like
right before even the credits show up.
Yeah. So, he's going in and out of jail. They're letting him go because he's not like violent or anything. So they're like, okay, it's been 8 months or whatever, get out of here and don't come back. And then he ends up being back in jail. But throughout that whole time, he's flirting with the female police officer who's taking his photos, like his police photos.
Named Ed.
Yeah, named Ed.
Played by Holly Hunter.
And he's got a real big crush on her, and she does have a crush on him too. So then after he gets out, finally, they get married and like fall in love and stuff, and they try and have a kid, but she's unable to. They went to a doctor in the movie, and the doctor's like, her parts down there are rough around the edges or whatever,
Mm.
and so she can't have kids.
Yeah.
And so they're really depressed. They're really sad. Nicolas Cage has like been cleaning up his act. He hasn't done a crime in a while, and he has a job working out at poking holes in steel, as he just said. And then they see, and either is it the newspaper or on TV when they see the fact that the Arizonas, this
I don't
family,
remember one of the two.
they see that this sort of local famous family, their last names are the Arizonas, had like kids, five kids,
Hmm.
and so they're both like holy shit, and they kind of concoct this scheme to kidnap one of the kids and raise it as their own. Right? They'll raise this, raised in Arizona,
Yes.
as the title implies.
What was that one show that you used to watch, Raising Hope?
Yep,
Yeah.
that show's great. It is really good.
I've seen some
I
of
think
it.
it's really solid. Um,
I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, eh.
it was fun. I watched it when I was young. But so yeah, they kidnap this kid. They kidnap uh Nathan Jr. and immediately shit goes like down right after they kidnap this kid. Like these two other criminals played by John Goodman and
I don't.
the
Yeah,
other
I
guy
don't
didn't
know. I don't know who
recognize.
that was.
They escaped prison.
They're brothers.
Yeah,
That much I know.
and they were friends with High, and they ended up like showing up to High's trailer where they just recently kidnapped this baby, and it just kind of threw everything off. Like it threw a wrench into their plans. Um, and then High has a dream at night, and he dreams of a kind of a biker from hell, kind of this dude who loves to. Yes, he's this man. He looks like a Mad Max character. Um, he likes killing anything small. Like he like threw a grenade at a rabbit, shot like a lizard.
Yeah.
He drove even him driving past a like daisy or like a little daisy
Yes.
gets set on fire like magically. So
I thought that was hilarious.
this really scares Hyde, and he's like, "There's like a storm coming. This is nightmarish." Now, it turns out this man's real. Turns out this is a real man,
Yeah.
and so um, this man is a manhunter. Leonard Smalls is his
Leonard
name,
Smalls.
and he's a manhunter, and
I don't know who the actor played him, but
I don't know
he
either.
was
He's
great.
insane.
I don't have my phone on me.
Um, he starts out being a manhunter. He's hunting the two criminals, John Goodman, who escaped.
Oh, was he?
That was his original.
Oh,
That was his original. The reason why he's in the movie is because he was hunting these guys.
Oh, I didn't know he was hunting them.
And uh, then he learned about this baby, and he started kind of making the connection that okay, this baby being kidnapped has something to do with these two criminals and stuff. And so he goes to Nathan, Arizona, and kind of swindles like, hey, you pay me 50,000, then I'll get your kid back, and I won't sell him to some other highest bidder criminal or whatever. Um, Meanwhile, holy shit, the two criminals learn about this scheme. They learned that this isn't High and Ed's real baby. They stole this famous baby that has a ransom for like $25,000. And so the two criminals, John Goodman and the other dude, they kidnap the baby now. So then High and Ed are chasing, John Goodman, and the manhunters chasing them all at the same time. And it ends up being this like massive scene where sort of a battle between all three, but John Goodman gets knocked out pretty quick because they get the the bank robber paint thrown in their face and shit.
After robbing his bank.
So then it goes down to just the manhunter and Ed and High, and um, Ed and High, of course, win. Um, and then they end up giving the baby back.
Yeah, to to
Yeah,
Nathan Arizona.
yeah, Nathan,
Yeah,
Arizona.
and his wife.
They give the baby back. Nathan catches them, but Nathan kind of asks them like, "What's up? Like, you guys stole this kid. You know, you tried to blame it on the manhunter, but you guys stole this kid." And then they just described that they're unable to have kids and stuff. And Nathan was really soft on them, and he was like, "Okay, well, y'all guys, keep trying or
Yeah,
whatever." And then it ends with High's dream, where he's dreaming about all these good things. He's dreaming about Nathan
yeah,
Jr., who
that
they
he wants to
kidnapped.
happen.
Yeah, he's dreaming about his two criminal buddies going back into jail voluntarily
Back in the hole
through the
that they
hole that they climbed out of.
we definitely
Yeah,
got
oh
to
yeah.
talk about that scene.
And then he dreamed
And
far
there's
in the
John Goodman
future.
in
Yeah,
general too.
he dreamed far in the future, where him and his wife are really old, but they have like a ton of grandkids and a ton of kids and everything. It's really sweet. It's a really optimistic ending to this otherwise really weird, weird movie.
Yeah,
Like I'm getting flashbacks from it, and I'm like, this shit is just weird. Like I don't. Uh,
yeah,
it's just crazy. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Um,
yeah,
but yeah, that's the movie. That's that's the whole movie, I guess. Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
It's very, very out there,
yeah,
over the top.
and we got a ton of like. I think we have a ton of sections to
Yeah.
really talk about pretty deeply.
One character you left out, by the way, was Glenn, his boss,
Oh
and
yeah,
and
fuck
his
Glenn.
yeah,
Glenn's like my least favorite character this whole movie.
yeah, and his wife, who was played by Frances McDormand,
Yeah.
great actress, and who's actually married to Joel Cohen.
Oh
And
really?
oh yeah, yeah, she's in like almost all of the Coen Brothers movies, but she was even the protagonist in the first in Blood Simple
Oh
as
okay.
well. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. I guess was that all you want to talk about them too?
Well, I guess how
Glenn
they.
and I forgot her name. Dot. Dot was
I
her name.
guess we can go into like, okay, they steal this kid, and
Ed and High.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They steal this kid, and then for some reason they like invite their like kind of friends over, or they're like
It's High's
Ty's
boss.
boss, and I guess Dot might be friends ish
Yeah, I don't
with
know.
Ed. But why would you invite those people over right after you stole a child? And then are like, hey, check out this baby we just had, or whatever.
Yeah,
And it was like, it really threw, it just it just, you know, made a mess of this. But all the while, it was like, this movie's weird because I think it went through a lot of things. Like, you know, I think I know what I want to talk about with this movie. So, Nicolas Cage, his character High, is like the epitome of like the mythology of like kind of the rebel or like the, career criminal or even just like a free man. Like he does what he wants when he wants to. Yeah, he goes to jail, but he gets out and he continues to do what he wants to do.
yeah,
And he's a good man in his heart and stuff. And he loves his wife and he decides to settle down by kidnapping a child and having a child. But immediately he's like freaking out because um, Glenn and Dot come over with their like five kids and they're all insane. They're like maybe like elementary school
yeah.
and they're like they're writing fart on the walls.
And
They're like
messing up his car.
yeah, they're like
Beating his
the
car.
the first shot of the kids they're like hitting this car with a bat. Like some freaking post-apocalyptic kids. And so it kind of like this movie I
Some
think
kids from The Last of Us.
yeah, it has a lot to say about like I think um men even I think it has a lot to say of like what men think they are and then what they actually are. um because Hyde's like, he's like, man, this shit's crazy. Like, like I don't think I'm ready for this. He's like,
He sounded more like a sailor from Wild at Heart.
oh yeah, well yeah, I get him mixed up.
Nicolas Cage character from
Um,
Wild at Heart. Great David Lynch film.
yeah. But he's like, he doesn't think he's ready for all this responsibility, so he's kind of freaking out. And he's kind of having these urges to be a criminal again and like, rob convenience stores and shit because that makes him feel free and young and masculine maybe. But he doesn't want to be this. He's not a suit and tie kind of guy. He says something like that in the movie. And we can talk about this further whenever we reach. Maybe we talk more about the end with Leonard Smalls because there's an interesting aspect that I
Yeah,
noticed with
I
him.
didn't even pick that up either.
Yeah.
I never did.
Um,
I actually forgot about the tattoo.
oh yeah.
I forgot about that. That he even had it.
Right. But yeah,
So, what do
so
you want to talk about first?
I think we can go into like I think we let's go into like specific scenes and then we can go into like performances as our last
Okay,
bit. Do you want to go like that?
sure.
Um,
Let's see.
let's see. Well, I mean,
Should we save the best one for last? Do you know which one I'm talking
I know
about?
which one you're talking about. I mean,
Or do you want to talk about that one first?
that one's sort of an important one, I think.
Yeah.
So they've stolen this kid.
Oh, okay, you want to go ahead to?
Oh no, I'll let you talk about it, but I'll set it up.
Oh,
Like they've stolen this kid, and they're kind of they've had the like they talk to Dot and Glenn and Dot's like, okay, well you need to get like a pediatrician, you need to get all these things, you need to get vaccinations, get shots and shit like that.
oh yeah.
And they're like Dot or Ed and Hi are starting to realize, holy shit, like being a parent's like more than just having a kid, like you have to like do shit for it.
Hmm.
So they go out to get Huggies at a gas station. What happens?
Okay, so
God, it's so fucking ridiculous.
I'm
I don't even know how you're gonna describe this.
trying to think. All right, so High goes in there and to get some Huggies, and I didn't even notice this until this time watching, but he actually got like I think a pantyhose that was there and then put it on his head. I didn't realize he got it
That's
there. That was
funny.
funny. But he goes up to the to the clerk and with pantyhose on his head and with Huggies and he has a gun and he's like, oh, take whatever cash you got, these Huggies and stuff like that, and then yeah, and then Ed sees him through the window, and she's like, "You son of a bitch!" and like takes off
Yeah.
without him.
The clerk also presses the
Right.
button to
The
signal for the
alarm.
police. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he goes out, and then once she leaves him, he's like, "No!" He goes out there. He's like, and then all of a sudden the clerk gets the gun out and shoots at him, and and that's how it fucking starts. He's running away, and I can't remember exactly what all happens.
The police pull up like right after that, and they're
Right.
like hanging out of the car, like shooting guns. Like it's
Yeah.
like they're just everyone's shooting guns.
Yeah. So it's this epic, and I mean epic, like the
Yeah.
best chase scene ever in any movie.
Yeah.
I think I said that in one of our episodes too. I forgot which one it was. Maybe it was Pee Wee's Big Adventure or something. I think it
Oh,
was
yeah,
because
that's
there was a
true.
chase scene in
Yeah.
that. And I
Yeah.
mentioned this one, and I think I said that this is the best one. I still stand by it.
Oh
But and yeah, he's getting chased by the cops, that store clerk
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
He was crazy.
Yeah, he looked really weird.
It was really crazy.
Yeah.
And then also dogs as well.
No,
like
it's
there was
like
this dog
five,
on
a
a
whole
leash,
pack
and
of dogs.
these other dogs started following this other dog that got loose from the chain. And they're just like running everywhere. They go into someone's house and they go
Mhm.
into the supermarket where High's still trying to get some Huggies, and And there's even a clerk at that supermarket that pulls out like a fucking
A
shotgun.
double barrel shotgun, yeah.
And also we should mention the song too that's playing, which also is the song that plays in the opening credits as well. But
Such a great.
I've heard that song even before I saw this movie.
Yeah.
The first time I think I saw it was actually in an episode
of The Simpsons.
That makes sense.
And I think it was a kind of a parody of this, sort of. I just remember Marge running, and it was playing that song, and yeah. Where'd you hear it from? Do you remember?
No idea.
No, you just know you've heard it.
I know it felt really familiar. I feel like I've heard it, but I can't place exactly.
I don't want to sing it. I mean, for one, copyright, but also I don't want to be so loud that, for one, I'll fuck up my voice, which is already kind of fucked up because I actually did another video today. So, yeah, but also also my brother and sister-in-law's in there, so.
Man, I mean, it's just a yodeling man over some, like, what was it, banjo or like acoustic guitar or something?
There was a banjo, and I don't know what
it was fantastic, but it was like the best chase music that there can be.
Especially for this movie.
And I think the most important part of that chase is Ed, like, after she pulled off, she decided, well, shit, like, I've got to save him from the situation. So she really loves him. And
Yeah.
they ended up leaving together. He ended up in another man's car for a little bit.
Oh yeah. I love the guy in the car. Like, his acting was really funny. He pulled up like the best scared face, like while he's screaming. He's like, oh!
And this gives us a good opportunity to, like, describe, like, the cops were shooting at everything. Like, they shot through the window of this truck where there was another driver. Like, they didn't know if the driver was an accomplice, and he wasn't. So they were just shooting, like,
they were even shooting in the supermarket.
They're shooting in the supermarket. They're shooting on the, like, through neighborhoods. It was just ridiculous. It was like a cop show or something. But yeah, it was insane. But
yeah,
the most important part, Ed saved Hyatt at the end of that.
Yeah.
Thing.
Also, like, at the very end too, the Huggies that he left in the road. He went by and he's like, he got them out while they're still driving. He's just like,
yeah, it was like such a the cops, like, shot it out of his hands.
Yeah,
like, and stuff. It was crazy. But that was definitely my favorite scene of the movie.
Definitely,
for sure.
That's the best one.
Insane.
For sure. Yeah.
But do you want to talk about the scene when John Goodman escapes?
Yes. So John Goodman and whoever played his brother, the scene where they escape from prison. First of all, John Goodman. I mean, I love John Goodman and pretty much anything he's in.
He's a champion.
Oh yeah, and man, no one can scream better than him. No. Like,
it's so ridiculous.
he, like, literally pops his head from out of the ground and just screaming the whole time for no reason. And once he gets out, he pulls his brother out too, I think, by his legs.
Yeah, he's upside down.
Yeah. And
he's screaming the whole time.
Yeah. And what's really funny is that scene looks very similar to another scene from a famous movie, The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
The scene where, well, spoilers, but the scene where Tim Robbins escapes, and yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people know it, even if they haven't.
It's classic. It's classic.
Hands in the air. That shot, with Thomas Newman's amazing score. But yeah. But what's funny is that this came before that movie.
Which is so weird.
Because it looks like almost like a straight up parody of that.
It really does.
It really does, and like they even climbed through like the sewage thing, and I think that's what he did too in Shawshank as well. He was like, well, he wasn't. I don't know if he was covered in shit, but like he would, but I don't know. But
it was not as gross as this movie, for sure.
Right, but but yeah, this let's see. This came out in 1987. Shawshank came out in 1994, so this 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. 7 years after, this was 7 years before
That's so weird.
Shawshank.
So weird.
When it seems like when it looks like a parody of it, and
Yeah.
but no, it was ahead of its time.
That's so weird.
Shawshank was influenced by Raising Arizona.
Probably. Honestly, probably. I don't know. Who knows?
That's really
Wait.
funny.
Shawshank was a book before.
It was, but or a short story at least.
Yeah, I wonder
but,
when I wonder when that was written. Cause honestly,
I'm
like
probably before this.
Then I
but
could see Raising Arizona like
maybe.
getting
I mean, it
inspired.
depends on like I don't know. I never read it, so I don't know.
if
but
it's the same, I mean, it's
I don't.
Stephen King. So
Yeah, but I don't know if like how the escape is
Right.
in that book.
yeah, I mean, if it's the same, then I'm sure that they probably
Maybe.
got an influence on it. Or maybe that shit's even based on like real stories of people breaking out of jail.
Like,
And those
yeah,
are the stories that
yeah,
are there for everyone.
yeah. But also, I do want to talk about the other scene too. Actually, a couple other scenes. But there's more John Goodman screaming.
Yeah,
too.
we should get through it right now.
Whenever they still Nathan Jr. Did you already say that by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. But whenever they still Nathan Jr., they like leave him on the car, and they're like, and once they find out he's on the roof, they just scream, "Ah!" and like it's hilarious.
They just scream for so long.
like all the way, even on
He's,
the
like,
way back to
hitting-
get him.
It's like hitting the top of the
Yeah.
car, hanging on the tap.
Yeah.
It's so absurd.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's funny.
And yeah, um, and they do it again too. They leave him on the roof again, and that's whenever that bomb thing goes off.
Oh
with the-
yeah, they
blue
robbed.
stuff.
They also
You never leave a man behind.
yeah they robbed a bank, and the dudes were so stupid they weren't looking, and the clerk put in the little blue bomb to
Yeah,
make it to spray that stuff on him once it goes off.
is
Or
that
even
like
on the money.
probably so the cops would
Yeah.
catch them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, that bank looked like it was like from the 1800s.
There's so
so
much-
old timey looking.
There's so much
I don't even.
strange shit in this movie, like that if you weren't thinking, you might not even notice it.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah, the humor in this movie is
It's
so
really
weird.
different too.
It's-
Yeah.
a lot of it's very cartoonish, but like,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. It's very
It's that
weird.
actually I would just describe it as this is like a weird Looney Tunes
Yeah.
cartoon, honestly.
Okay, there's another John Goodman scene I love too. Whenever him and whenever they are still in the baby, it's whenever him and High are fighting in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
And one of my
that's
favorite
insane.
parts is whenever High like scrapes his fucking hand on the
Oh yeah.
on that ceiling thing with what is that called?
popcorn. Popcorn ceilings.
Is that what it is?
Well, it's people know what I'm talking about with the pokey ass
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
ceilings.
You're like,
Whenever I used to sleep in that like
right, your
desk
house.
bed, I
Yeah,
would hit my hands
yeah,
on
your
it
house
sometimes,
has
it hurt.
that. Yeah,
It
mine
sucked.
doesn't. But,
Lucky duck.
but yeah, which I can imagine that would be very painful.
Oh yeah.
But it was that just made me laugh.
It was
hard.
really funny.
I also like the shot with his legs flying in the air whenever he's like,
Yeah.
flinging them. too.
My apologies for being so yawny today. It's been a long day.
Oh yeah, I understand,
It's been one big.
man. I understand. But
Listen to Rowdy
Alright.
Bird.
he actually recorded today for a band that he's in with my
Mhm.
brother, which I think I
Mhm.
mentioned that before. But yeah,
Been a long day, but it's been a fun one. Been a fun one.
yeah. What other scenes did you like?
I liked while we're talking about like the absurdity or like the cartoonish shit, or even just weirdness. So in the last scene where I guess maybe the scene before last, where they're giving the baby back and they climb a ladder to get into the baby's room and put it back in its crib and stuff. And Nathan, the actual father, comes in with a gun and he points at it. He's like, "Hey, what are y'all doing?" And they're like, explaining things, and they're just talking and stuff. And anyway, he's going to look at his kid. He's got a gun like pointed in the crib. He's like looking at this kid, like, "Oh, and this, He puts the gun in the crib
And just continues to talk to.
and
Yeah.
talk to Ed and Hi, and it's just like, if you weren't paying attention to his hands, you wouldn't like see
I
that.
don't even know if I ever noticed.
It was so funny. Like I was like, this is so dumb. Like that's the best shit I've ever seen. But yeah, that shit I love. I loved like the little bits of that in this movie, like the weird, just like you'll only find this movie funny if you're watching it. With your whole attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like this movie. I think for as much like cartoonish humor as it has, I think it's really subtle and like 50% cartoonish and then 50% subtle, like really subtle
Mm.
stuff. Even just like the way people talk in this movie is weird.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's just like I don't know. I guess this whole era, like I feel like this movie reminds me of Natural Born Killers, for example.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the sense of humor or like the sense of perception on society are very similar in those two movies. Or like even that whole era of like late 80s to like mid even late 90s. Like I feel like people were on the same page about their perception of society.
Hmm.
Like even just like how characters are written. They're like, this is how shit is, man. I don't know. It took me to a place because like, you know,
I never.
I don't know. It's really interesting.
I did not. Yeah, I didn't know that.
And plus, like, I mean, because I was like thinking, like, okay, Wild at Heart, of course, another crime movie, but then also
With
like,
Nicolas Cage.
yeah, and then holy shit, what was the movie I was just talking about?
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers is also another crime movie, so I guess that might be the correlation. But I don't know. I feel like this sentiment in this movie's in a lot of those
Yeah.
movies around that era. Cool.
Also, all three of those movies, also it's a couple in crime.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah.
And
True that.
fuck True Romance, by the way.
Um,
Fuck that
I don't
movie.
think I've ever watched it.
Good.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I mean, you can check it out if you want, but
Probably won't.
yeah, I'm way more of a Natural Born Killers fan than a True Romance fan. Both written by Tarantino, but
I love Natural Born Killers.
yeah.
I adore that movie.
Oh yeah, that
Honestly.
movie's amazing.
It's just so creative.
Yeah.
All the such a creative filmmaking endeavor.
Oh yeah, Oliver Stone, he knew what he was doing with that,
Cool.
and even though Tarantino fans hate him, but
I love him for that.
I am a Tarantino fan, and I loved that movie.
Like Tarantino on his feet.
That's shit. If I'm gonna count that in my Tarantino movies, I might put that at number 3,
Damn.
right after Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. But,
Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, I love that movie. Anyways,
On this one.
yeah. What else?
What other scenes?
I mean,
The fight scene's great. And
Which one?
we should probably get into
We
it.
did talk-
Both of them. Let's finish.
well, I mean, we talked about John Goodman, the John Goodman.
They literally destroy the whole trailer house.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like he throws them through the living room wall into the bathroom. It's insane.
Yeah.
That one's fantastic. Let's talk about the climax
Okay.
of the movie where, so the idiots, John Goodman and brother, forget the kid for the second time. They rob the bank. They're really excited. They look in the bag and the bomb blows up.
Yes.
It's blue all over the car. They almost wreck into Ed and Hi. And Ed and Hi like point guns at them and are like, "Hey, where's our fucking kid?" And they're like, "It's back there. It's back there." And they're and by this point, John Goodman and his brother like the kid, so they're like, what'd they say? He's our kid.
You never
too."
leave a man
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. You never leave him behind, and also he's our kid too. And so Ed and Hyde High. Or getting
Did
back.
you call him Hyde?
I called him Hyde that time,
Okay.
but they're driving back. High is just a weird ass name. First of all,
That's H-I, but people call him High.
I hate saying it. I hate the way it feels in my mouth. It feels ridiculous. They're going back to get this kid out of the middle of the road, where it somehow just lands. And
Twice, by the way.
yeah, exactly.
Off the car. I mean, good. Thank Christ nothing happens to him.
And they're getting closer and closer, and then Leonard Smalls, the freaking rock star caveman looking guy, grabs the freaking car seat that the kid's in.
I don't think it's the same actor, but you know who he reminded me of? Andy from Pee Wee's Big Adventure, the River Stallone's boyfriend.
Oh
the big
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Andy!
yeah. And
Kind of looks like it.
this starts the fight between the two groups, and I mean Smalls is like shooting their car with a freaking sawed-off shotgun, throwing grenades in their car.
I'm yawning too now.
I know. But it
Shit today.
Ed ends up actually getting the kid, running off with it, and High stays back and fights this demon of a man who really looks like he's from Arizona. Like he looks like someone who lived
I
there.
think he might be my favorite character in the movie just because he's just so
Insane. It's
and
weird.
over the top
Yeah,
just
it's-
as a villain. It's so
it's-
ridiculous.
I know.
Especially the first scene with him.
Oh, yeah.
Like shooting the animals and whatnot.
Yeah, shoot, he threw a fucking grenade at him. Because he
Yeah.
hates these things. He even has like little baby shoes that like hang off his belt. Like I don't know if his kid died or he killed the kid and took the boots. I don't know.
And he had a tattoo too that says something about his mom. What was it like?
Oh yeah, it's like right here.
What did it say? It said like "Mom and Dad raised me right" or something like
Yeah, yeah, something ridiculous.
that.
And he's kicking High's ass like hardcore,
Uh-huh.
beating him up. And he ends up doing like that pro wrestling move. It's like a bear hug, like kind of a backbreaker bear hug. And High's like trying to like grab like grenades off of him or like knives or whatever, but he ends up like pulling his shirt a little bit, and he sees a tattoo of, it's like a
It looks like Woody
Woodpecker,
Woodpecker,
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of. Yeah.
on this man's chest, which is weird because High has one like right here on his arm,
Yeah,
and we see that at like the start of the movie, and
I forgot
It
all
kinda-
about that.
it kind of throws him back, and he's like, "What? Like that's kind of crazy." And I think Leonard like throws him or something, and it turns out, High pulled out
Yeah.
the key of the grenade, and so that grenade's just loose on this man's chest, like on the strap of his chest, and so Leonard ends up fucking blown up.
There was no blood either.
No, I think a foot. I think a foot and
Yeah.
a shoe. His clothes.
Yeah.
burnt up. But yeah, and then so
Actually, I watched. Do you remember Heathers?
yeah, I love that movie.
That at the end, whenever Christian Slater blew up, there was like no blood either. On
Oh
that.
yeah, God, that movie's so good.
I watched that again not that long
I
ago.
love that movie. Damn. Okay. But this one, and then so that concludes the climax. They get the kid back. But what's interesting about that scene and what I told James is like, shit. Okay, well, High has made his decision. He's going straight now. Like he's not gonna do crime anymore because he killed the version of himself that did crime.
Mm.
That them both having the same tattoo, I think represented that, like him killing off that part of himself, killing off this caricature of himself that he thought he was, is like this kind of infinite criminal. And like even whenever they went back and gave the kid back, he was basically trying to turn himself in the whole time. Like he was like, look, Ed didn't do any of this. It was all me, trying to convince the dad that like, no, I'm the one who did this. But no, Ed did just as much as he did. Like she made him convinced him to go and everything, and like it was like really her idea. Um, but yeah, so I think that that part of the movie, I think that ending with the villain basically being high, I think is great. I think that was cool.
Oh yeah,
And
the
I think
villain.
yeah, yeah, like I said, like he just killed off that part of himself. He's not a criminal anymore because he stopped it.
I'm so you know.
Fantastic.
I'm so glad I stopped doing reviews and now I'm just doing it with you because I terrible. I can't. I don't know what the hell to say about these movies sometimes. Like I just don't pay attention that much. And
You know, like you don't pay attention in the same way.
yeah,
Like, because I know like we definitely think what we see in movies is kind of different. Like I don't know if that's what the directors were actually trying to say with this, but that's the energy that I got
yeah.
from it.
I don't
You
know
know
what
what I mean?
else it could be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think we just like we get excited about different things in movies for sure. But
Mm.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's cool.
I
Um,
don't know. Sometimes I just don't pay attention to that kind of stuff like I should. Even
sometimes
if
we
I
miss
like
them.
the movie. But yeah, I don't know how many times I've seen this. Like, this might have been. I don't know. I've seen it at least about 5 times, maybe.
Damn, yeah.
So maybe around there. But yeah, I don't know. but
But yeah, that's my thoughts on that scene. I think that really like did something to this movie. I think it made it uh
yeah,
better for me. Like because that man, honestly, that chase scene and those scenes of fucking John Goodman yelling, those
yeah,
are kind of like to me those like were a high bar to set. And
yes,
So I think they did a great job
yeah.
closing it.
Man, I tell you, I still kind of have a headache too, just from laughing so hard, and also my mouth too was hurting a
oh,
little bit.
I know, I feel you, I feel
Yeah,
you. Yeah, it was definitely it was getting tough.
yeah.
Fucking John
I
Goodman.
get this might be the Coen Brothers' funniest movie. This or Big
Made
Lebowski.
me laugh. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
It made me laugh like I really like Fargo made me laugh a lot, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I feel like it's a different kind of humor. Like
Yeah.
it's Fargo's a little darker-ish. I don't
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, it
know. You
is.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. There is some funny moments in that movie.
Well, I get William H. Macy's so sad, and Nicolas Cage is just so like charismatic. It's a different template.
Right.
Yeah. Like Nicolas Cage, dude. That dude is so like he's just got it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess we can talk about the performances now.
Sure. Yeah. That
But
sounds
yeah,
good.
Nick Cage. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. This is definitely up there. I would say third favorite performance for me.
For first and
I
second.
don't know, man. I'm tied actually
Okay.
between Wild at Heart and
That might be my favorite. I love that movie.
this movie, which we might need to do. Adaptation.
Oh, okay.
Directed by Spike Jones, who did
Oh,
Being John Malkovich and
yeah.
Her and Where the Wild Things Are.
Damn.
Um, and yeah, this is a really, really cool movie.
Looks cool.
It's actually about the guy who wrote this movie, Charlie Kaufman.
Mm.
About him and his twin brother, and it's really good. He plays both
That's cool.
brothers.
And he is awesome in this movie.
Hell yeah.
This was this was actually one of the earliest movies I reviewed on the channel too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. But,
I'd be down to watch that sometime for sure.
Yeah, man. Actually, I think it might be his best performance, at least of what
Really?
I've seen.
There's
But
a lot of movies that I've watched of his.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm tied. That's my favorite though. I'm tied between that and Wild at Heart. But
Right now, Wild at Heart's my favorite.
okay.
I don't know what's
It is
gonna
a
stop it,
close.
honestly.
Man, I need to watch Wild at Heart again because the last time I watched it, I didn't love it as much as I did before.
Really?
I think the only things I really liked about it were just the performances. I mean, particularly from Nick Cage and Willem Dafoe and Laura Dern. You know,
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
think I got that.
they were definitely the best parts. But
The first when I watched it, I think I've only watched it once, but yeah,
right,
the first time, the only thing I care about in that movie is them two. Is honestly, I don't even care about
two.
I don't even care about William Dafoe in that movie,
Oh,
to be honest. Like, I mean, I think he's fine, but like,
oh, I fucking love him in
but
that
I'm
movie.
just,
You're next, fucker.
I mean, he's just
He's
disgusting. Like,
hilarious.
uh, like yeah, I think it's a kind of a weird movie. I don't even know, like, it's a David Lynch movie, so I don't know what you can say about it.
But even that movie was like a little bit different, from his other stuff. Just a little
Yeah,
bit, like it's definitely the funniest one
but
because
even that, it's just like, yeah, it's just weird.
it's yeah,
Like,
like
like
that's his most comedy film right there is Wild at Heart.
But it's like it's just so strange. Like he has such a specific flavor.
Yeah,
Like even though like
my
that's
favorite director, by the way.
like it's not Eraserhead or something like
My favorite
it's
movie.
it's a David Lynch movie.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like you either make a David Lynch movie or you don't. Like
and
even
even he has made not a David Lynch movie,
yeah,
like
yeah,
3 times.
right.
Uh, Elephant Man, Dune,
Hmm.
and The Straight Story.
But it's
So
like I don't even know if I would call that movie like a comedy.
really,
Like it's just David Lynch's brain. Because I mean, you see that in like Twin Peaks is a comedy, but is it though? Like it's complicated. Like I wouldn't like turn. I could turn on this movie and be like, all right, this is a comedy, but I could not turn on like Wild at Heart and say just straight up this is a comedy. I'd be like, this is a comedy, but it's really weird. Like this is like insane.
yeah,
Okay,
but
like yeah,
yeah,
like that's just my take on that movie. Is like it's a comedy, but also like you're gonna be like kind of traumatized a little bit, maybe.
mm.
Like it's like it isn't anywhere close. It's not the same genre as like Jim Carrey.
Oh no,
Like
of
Dumb
course
and Dumber or something. Like it. I think I'm just so fascinated by David Lynch because he's just so like I said, he has such a specific taste. It's like such a you can feel it when you're watching something of his. I think
not. Yeah.
minus those three that you talked about. But anyway, that's my David Lynch spiel.
Wait, the movies I was talking
Yeah.
about. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, just real quick back to Nicholas Cage. Man, some people just don't realize how good of an actor he is. Like because they're just used to the dumb or at least over the top stuff, like Wicker Man and even like Face Off and stuff like that. Have you seen Face Off, by the way?
Uh, well, it's like people
He's hilarious in that.
people just it was sort of like what I was saying about David Lynch is like Nicolas Cage is like a certain he's a
Yeah,
flavor. He's a flavor.
yeah,
You know, you
but
either like it or you don't.
yeah, but that movie adaptation is he's absolutely amazing in
Yeah.
that, and also he did win an Oscar for the movie Leaving Las Vegas, which I haven't seen, but
Hmm.
I hear that was a pretty good movie, and he won Best Actor for that role.
Yeah.
And so when people say, "Oh, he's a bad actor," I'm just gonna I'm just gonna find a picture of him holding his Oscar. Like,
And
is he?
also and also like he doesn't care. He's making like shit he wants to make and like
Yeah.
he's working with like independent directors and stuff like that, like not big
Oh
time
yeah,
directors
yeah.
and shit. Like
Is that one of his newest ones? Pig.
well,
That's one of them. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you can look at like the last 20 movies he's done in like 3 years. Like they're all weird, creative movies, and it's like, okay, he's being what he wants to be. He's being an actor. He's not trying to like be this like sexy Brad Pitt character. He's his own man. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, people just like to hate on things that they don't get,
Yeah.
and he's one thing that I think a lot of people don't get.
Yeah.
Which I mean, fuck him. I don't know. If you don't like Nicolas Cage, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. But I do
Yeah.
personally.
He's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But yes, he's great.
Holly Hunter.
Good
Yeah.
or great.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You're not really familiar with her.
no,
She was what's her name? Elastigirl in The Incredibles.
that makes so much sense. Okay,
She was the voice of
her
Elastigirl.
accent is so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I love it. But yeah, very
Yeah.
southern. She's a southern girl.
She was also George Clooney's wife in Oh Brother Art Thou
Oh,
as
okay.
well. Yeah. I think that's the only stuff I've ever seen her in.
Mm.
I think she was in The Piano. That was a movie from the 90s
Mm.
that was like very critically acclaimed, Oscar bait.
Nerd movie.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So, and of course, you got John Goodman.
10 out of 10.
Always amazing.
Ridiculous.
Not my favorite of, I mean, come on. Walter Sobchak from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. And I like him in other stuff too, but better. But no, yeah.
He's a superstar. What can
Yeah.
he do?
And whoever plays his brother too.
I think he did good.
Yeah, I don't know the actor, but I thought Francis McDormand was funny as Dot, and the guy who played Glenn too. He reminded me of Ed Helms. This time around, I don't know why, but he did.
I agree.
The part whenever he's like, I'll scream whatever, however, if I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember what he said, but I'll raise my voice whenever I feel like it. Like
Yeah,
that reminded me a lot like Ed Helms.
Yeah, it seemed like
I'll put my head on this,
Oh.
just like in the first episode. I was actually watching that today.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first episode, I was bumping my head a bunch.
Oh, I know. I keep sliding.
Yeah, and I love whoever played Leonard Smalls. He was amazing.
Insane. Like
I need to find out who that actor is. He was
honestly,
great.
yeah, he is very
Yeah.
very intense. The dude who played Nathan Arizona was fantastic as well.
Oh, yeah. I was actually thinking the baby.
Yeah. Well, the kids did great in this movie, little babies, but I think Nathan Arizona, that character he was such an asshole in the beginning.
Yeah.
At the end, he showed his good side.
Yeah.
But man, he said some funny shit. He had some funny one-liners.
My favorite line of his is whenever the cops are, talking to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what was he wearing? He's like, he wears his jammy. And he said, a dinner jacket. What do you think? He wears jammies. He's like, what's his pajamas look like? He's like, I don't know. They had Yodas and shit on them.
It's just ridiculous. Like, it's just so, like, the timing and everything about it was, like, so funny. But it was, like, it was so, like, off-kilter and weird. But, yeah. Yeah, I think he did great.
Okay, another actor I thought was good, even though he was only like in 2 scenes. Emmett Walsh, who was the guy that was very small part, but he was the guy who was High's co-worker that just wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
He was the villain in Blood Simple, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I like him as an actor. He's very underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's alive anymore, unfortunately,
Rip maybe.
Yeah, but
damn.
I forgot what else. He was in Youth and Revolt, that Michael Cera movie. The very
Oh,
underrated
yeah.
Michael Cera movie, in my opinion. I don't know if you'll like that movie, actually. I was about to say, maybe we could do that one. But
4 out of 10.
I don't know if you'll like that
4
one.
out of 10.
I'm not sure. But, yeah, I forgot what else he's in. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's also in The Jerk with Steve Martin. I forgot. You haven't seen The Jerk, have you?
Been a long time if I have.
Oh,
okay. I feel like
I was about to say who he was in the movie.
They
I don't wanna spoil.
They play so many Steve Martin movies and John Candy movies on TV. I end up just seeing him like a lot.
Okay.
But yeah.
But anyways, I just wanted to mention Emmett Walsh. I don't know. He was funny to me
Shout
in
out.
this movie. But anyway, so I guess we're already
We're
getting
at the time.
close. So final thoughts overall.
Such a strange movie. I think they made a good piece of movie.
Okay, one more fact.
Okay, fact me.
This is
Factually.
what? Oh, this is the director who we actually talked about not that long ago, Mr. Edgar Wright, This is
Huh?
his favorite movie of all time.
Well, maybe you should learn how to make movies like this.
Damn.
Just kidding, Edgar. I don't give a shit, bro. Do your thing.
I think
don't know.
the chase in Baby Driver, the foot chase in that was a little bit inspired by this.
Oh yeah.
And I think even some of the chases in Hot Fuzz, I think was.
I'm
too.
sure.
But
Cornetto trilogy.
but yeah,
Cornetto.
he said that this is his favorite movie of all time.
I mean, it's
So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Cinematography, really good.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, I fucking love the cinematography.
Yeah,
Like there were some really cool shots in this film,
yeah.
and just really creative shots for sure.
I think okay, this movie is
and
just
even
creative,
some of them were like very like comical too, like the with the legs swinging.
I
when
know.
John
Yeah,
Goodman-
that was great. That was really funny. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think this movie did what it wanted to do, and for that I respect it. Your
Yes.
thoughts? Your thoughts?
Hilarious film.
Yeah.
Not really much to say, just really funny. I think you've said most of it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I love it.
I think it's a comedy that can last a long time
yes.
because of how weird it is. Like the comedy is so strange that, because I don't know, like if you watch a lot of 1980s comedies, I think they're dumb as shit, not funny at all because the comedy's outdated. But this shit,
Except for Beverly Hills Cop.
yeah,
We need
yeah,
to do
yeah.
that one.
Hey,
Have you seen that?
it's been a long time for that one too. That might be another TV movie that I watched.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this one can last a while, especially if you like weirder.
Oh, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles
That one's
too.
good.
That one's
I feel like
amazing. That one's. I think that might be my favorite '80s comedy.
it's solid. It's solid.
Okay, not counting Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Do the Right Thing, which I kind of consider as a comedy, even though then that
Pretty heavy.
yeah, but it
Yeah,
kind of
that's funny.
is too. Yeah. Anyway,
Yep, that's my thought.
all right, yeah. All right, so rating. What do you give?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Drum. A 10 minus 2, an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
An 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yes, yes.
9 out of 10.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fake presidents.
I was trying to decide whether 8 or 9, but I was like, 9. I think that's why I had it before. But yeah.
I figured out, I'm not going to spoil, but I figured out my rating because I was like, do I like it better than this movie
Right.
that we're going to watch later on? No. So that's why I had to give it an 8.
Okay.
I'm excited to watch this other movie sometime too.
Which one?
Can't tell you now because I can't spoil it. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I'll tell you after.
I think I already know.
All right. We'll see. But yeah, I think this movie's really good. I think if you like weirder art, then you'll like this movie. You know, it's a good light watch. You know, nothing too heavy. It's not gonna press you. It's not gonna make you think about society too much. Okay.
Oh, also, this is my brother's favorite Coen Brothers movie.
Shout out. Shout out, bandmate.
Yeah.
Slash cousin.
Right.
Slash cuz. Well,
All right.
there's another
So
one.
yeah, 8, 9.
8, 9.
There we go. All right, so there we go. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching another episode of Your Cousins Are Critics. Join us next time as we do another
Another one.
movie that's chosen by Sir
Should
Master
I give it to him? Should I give them the
Sure,
next one?
if we can do it. That is okay. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. People under the stairs.
I knew it.
I'm not ready to watch Naked on Chicks. It's
Okay.
like it's a lot. It's a lot.
Who's the director of People Under the Stairs?
Wes Craven.
Wes Craven. That'll be my first Wes Craven movie, believe it or not.
This might
Yes,
be.
I never seen Scream. I never seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
This very well could be the most strangest of his movies.
Yeah.
Perhaps I haven't seen like the Serpent or something, Serpent in the Rainbow or something like that. I haven't seen Hills Have Eyes either. So, but I do think this one is probably weirder.
Yeah.
You know, came out in a weird time. You know, it's an interesting story, interesting villains. You know how it is.
Okay.
But anyway, we will. I'm excited to watch that. We will watch it, and we will talk about it
All right.
this month.
Ow, you're weak. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I got that freaking fried worms ring. You remember
Fried-
that movie?
Fried worms.
Yeah, like do you remember in that movie where the bully and how to eat fried worms?
I
The
never
bully,
seen it.
the bully has like a ring that has like a skull on it, and it's like supposedly filled with poison, I think. And whenever he punches people, they die. It doesn't actually.
Was
happen.
it? No, that wasn't. I was gonna say, was that directed by Robert Rodriguez? I don't think.
I don't think that was. I
Oh,
don't
that's
think so.
Shorts. This is a movie called Shorts. He directed kids movies
So
too, like
funny.
Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
He's our guy. Hey,
And then he did fucking From Dusk Till Dawn and Machete.
He's cool. Cool guy.
Yeah.
Cool guy. We
All
love
right,
him.
so yeah. All right, so thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, and we'll see you later.
Have a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Don't dream of freaking evil men from hell who are personifications of your crime.
Named Leonard Smalls.
Namely Smalls.
Peace.